Philippe Coutinho, not even in the squad. Apparently it was a thigh knock. However, Spanish newspapers this weekend saying the door is open for Coutinho, said Sport, the Catalan newspaper. Meanwhile, Mundo Deportivo is saying that Coutinho's already looking for houses in Barcelona. We welcome Sid Lowe to the show from Madrid. Sid, could this happen this month?
I don't think it's impossible. I think that there's a big gap and a big difference between there being a possibility of this happening and some of the things that have been suggested now that it's not done. I think what's happened, and I think you can see this in the reporting that's been done in Catalonia in particular, is that Barcelona believe they have a sense of the kind of fee that it would take to get him now. And they have a sense, or they believe at least, and they may well have read this wrong because in the summer they consistently got it wrong. They have a sense that Liverpool would be willing now. Now, in part, that's interpretive rather than informative. It's not because they've been told this. It's because they're reading the signs. It's because they have a sense that this is where Liverpool are going. And they think that that fee would be around about 140 million euros plus quite a lot more in objectives. I mean, we're talking about a total fee of, in all probability, way over 160, 170 million euros. Now, that's not to say they're necessarily going to do this, but bear in mind that Barcelona wanted Coutinho in the summer. They know that Coutinho wanted to come, so there's a kind of a moral obligation to him as well to try and force this through. But there is, and there's no getting away from this, there is a debate within Barcelona about whether this is really the right thing to do, about whether they can really commit this kind of money to a player that would block the progress of Denis Suarez. And I know, obviously, Denis Suarez is nowhere near in the same league, that maybe blocks the progress of Sergio Roberto, that maybe right now, for at least for as long as Andres Iniesta is playing well, kind of doesn't necessarily become an automatic first choice of player, although admittedly he would very quickly. So this isn't decided, and even if it was decided, it's not that easy to get done, but it's certainly not impossible.
Are you surprised that's even a conversation?
Yeah, I don't see this.
Barcelona have had a great start to the season, absolutely flying, defied their critics. So is there a situation, as Sid says, that if you spend all this money, bring in Coutinho, that it might just upset the apple cart?
Not at all. Why you're bringing in absolute quality, and really, Denis Suarez is not even close to getting anywhere near where Coutinho is. I don't see how that Roberto gets knocked back either. Listen, this is Barcelona. Barcelona have to be up there all the time. And the only thing that happens if they get Coutinho is it makes them stronger and better. So why would you not do it?
I remember in the summer there was a period in which you get very red and very angry and say, come on, Liverpool.
What was red?
It's time for the owners to make a statement.
And they did.
And not sell Coutinho.
And they did.
Do you still have the same feelings with regards to a possible move?
I think the move's going to happen in the summer. I think the Fenway Group made a statement. But I think the fact that Coutinho has turned round and performed the way he has shown his loyalty to Liverpool. He definitely wants to go to Barcelona. And I think if this offer that Sid's talking about comes in the summer, I think Liverpool would be foolish not to take it.
What if he goes now?
It makes no sense. He can't play in the Champions League for Barcelona, and Liverpool have to make sure they get in the top four this season. So, you know, Liverpool, I mean, it makes no sense for Liverpool that he goes in January. Absolutely none. I think this is going to happen in the summer.
If Barcelona are as desperate as it seems and are willing to pay, they'll pay it in the summer. Makes no sense, as Stevie said. Makes no sense. He will help their bid to stay ahead in the La Liga domestic title race, which he would clearly improve their team. But there's no Champions League football for him in a Barcelona shirt. And I can't help but feeling that one of the things that have been said in the quiet to Coutinho is, look, help us this season.
Yeah.
We've got some irons in the fire. Just help us out domestically. As Stevie said, the bread and butter is the top four. Then next summer, we'll grant you your wish.
Yeah.
Right? And I can't see anything other than in the summer, Coutinho going to Barcelona. I would be shocked if he moved this January. Absolutely shocked.
See, the boys make a good point, don't they, in a sense that, look, Barca are going to win La Liga. He can't play in the Champions League. Why push it through now? Why not wait until the summer?
Yeah. This happens quite often, actually, that you see deals pushed through when you can't really see a logical reason to do it. And I think one of the reasons is that clubs are concerned that the market can move in the meantime. The clubs are concerned that the promises that are made to them, unless they're written down, unless it's a written clause, and of course this is what we saw with Luis Suarez when he renewed with Liverpool, it's what we've seen with Antoine Griezmann when he renewed with Atletico Madrid last year, that there were clauses inserted in that new deal that made it watertight. Now this is one of the things that happens, of course, is that for as long as that's not there, people are concerned that things may change, that people are concerned that other suitors may come in, that the price may be driven up, that the market may shift. And so there is sometimes a sense that let's do it now, even if in a way these kind of extra 4 or 5 months are almost relevant. But exactly, the boys make a perfectly logical point. Not just actually, as Craig was saying, it just doesn't make any sense for Liverpool. It doesn't really make a huge amount of sense for Coutinho, except that it would end any fear. It would end any concern that this might fall apart at some stage if they were to wait.